What's going on, traders? My name is Shark. I want to do a quick recap here of two trades that I made on NQ today, the NASDAQ 100, both of which went over 100 points. I'm going to break down one of the trades here for you today. The second trade will be reviewed in my private Discord. But for right now, let's just go over the first trade and my thought process in that first trade, which was a short. And then I did end up going long after that short trade. So let's break it down here. All right, so we had a little bit of a kind of a compression going on here in the pre-market. Okay, price tightening up, coming to the zenith here, the apex. And right at the open, nice shot up to the upside, coming up just above 24,800 here. Actually got a high around 24,817, but directly after that, big slam to the downside, and we really traveled quite a distance all the way down, making the low 24, about 475. And then we started to see a little bit of that bounce right to the upside here as the opening ranges were set. Now, a lot of different traders use different opening range times. I personally use a 30-minute opening range. That is my preference. But here now we have, after 10 o'clock, the high and the low, that first 30-minute candle print, high and low. So I'm marking that off, right? Okay, so then we have that bounce right there around 10 o'clock, but we do fall back down and make here to the equal lows pretty much at the low of the day that had been previously established. Then we get a much bigger ride up from the bulls, right? This is when I really started getting interested into the short trade. Now, first off, there was something I was watching. You can see the wicks right here and here. Now, obviously, these wicks were not formed yet, but we have this area right here, two opposing equal highs. So I am watching that very closely as basically a area where I know that we need to displace over to create a true higher high. So I'm marking that off right here, okay? And we do go ahead and pop up and come up and make a true higher high. Now, when I was looking at this area, right, but here is our previous area where we had the compression pattern right in the pre-market, right? And what else do we have here? A bit of a balanced price range, right? We can see not really making higher highs, higher lows, or anything like that. So I'm watching this here very carefully to see how the market starts to react when it comes and back tests or comes into this zone once again. So I was watching this. Now I did not get the tippity top, but once I saw some sellers start to come in here, and we can see we are also at value area highs of this first opening profile here on the volume profile. I got in, I believe my entry was 24,622, so a little bit higher, got in right around in this area here on this wick. Again, I did not get the highs, right? And where would I have known I was wrong, right? If the market had gone up over these highs right over here and right around that 660 thereabouts. Okay, so my entry again was around 24,622. Did not really want to take this high out here over 640, and took that short and rode it all the way back down here to the equal lows pretty much. I'd have to go back and check. I'm not sure if I got close to these lows on the break of the 30-minute opening range. Obviously that did not hold, but I was out at around in this area because that was my main target here, opposing equal lows. We don't know obviously if this is going to break, so I'm sure I was at least down to runners down at this point. And 622 all the way back down to around 445, 450. We will take that trade every day. That is a beautiful move here loving the volatility in the market right now overall. So that's pretty much what I was watching for this short trade, and I'm going to go ahead and go over the long trade that I took afterwards, which was a lot of fun as well. Alright guys, well, some of you will see it, some of you won't. If you would like to learn how I trade and find more of this type of information, well, you know where to find me. Take care.